Hello, everyone. Today I'm with Rebecca Scott. Rebecca is the business development consultant for Ansafone Contact Centers. Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Hey, Judy Lynn, I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. Thanks for taking the time to interview with us today. And today we're going to talk about Ansafone Contact Centers and what they do. Rebecca, what is your role here at Ansafone?
I specialize in helping clients free up time that would otherwise be spent on the phone so that they can focus on what matters most to their business.
Wonderful. And how did you get into the call center service business?
I've worked on the back end of call centers for about 7, 8 years now, assisting a lot of the clients that call in. This is the first time that I've spent selling an answering service, but I do understand the pain points of people who call in as well as the people on the front lines. So I understand kind of what needs to be addressed when speaking with what clients need for their business.
Wonderful. You sound very knowledgeable in it already. What types of services does your company provide?
We provide a couple different services, anywhere from a shared environment to dedicated. But what our specialty is the shared inbound, where we do a couple of different things within the shared inbound environment. We capture information. So one of them is if someone is needing, like, instead of having someone leave a voicemail, which a lot of people won't leave voicemails nowadays, you get to speak to an actual person, and we can capture the name, phone number, email, whatever you'd like us to capture, and we can forward that on to you, so that you can respond to all of those leads. And then we also can do appointment scheduling in the shared environment. When it comes to dedicated, it becomes a little bit more complex, but that's where I can discuss your needs and see if it fits for you.
Wonderful. What is your philosophy and approach to servicing clients?
Listening.
Listening.
Listen.
So explain a little more.
Uh, People tend to know what they want, and even if they don't 100% know what they want, the best way to figure that out is to listen to what their pain points are and listen to what they need out of a service, and that way we can find a solution that works perfectly for them.
Yeah, so that's really interesting because the times that I've talked to people working for Ansafone, they speak a lot about listening with empathy, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
really interesting concept. I think they call it active listening. Can you talk a bit
Mm-hmm.
more about this empathy that the agents are able to pick up the calls with?
Being able to understand where people are coming from, whether it's
Right.
the business owner that's hiring us or the patient that's calling in that's a little bit frustrated.
Hmm.
Um, Being able to hear just in the tone of voice, kind of where someone's coming from and the pain points. People will sometimes state quite a bit of information, and you can gather what their pain point is based on their tone surrounding specific
Hmm.
things. That's something that's super important. And if you're just ready to give a canned response, you're really not listening to that.
What does a client need? Why does a client need contact center services?
So like at the task level one, where we are collecting information, a lot of it is people nowadays just don't leave voicemails. And then on top of that, having to stop what you're doing, whether it's seeing patients in person paperwork or really anything, having to stop in the middle of, say, fixing a plumbing leak, having to stop any of that to answer the phone, even though like the people who are calling most likely are someone who's gonna like need your help and need your assistance and are very important to your business, but having to stop what you are actively doing to take that phone call is hard. And we make that easy. We are dedicated to doing that for you and passing on the information so that you can get back to them in a timely manner.
Yeah, the timely manner seems so critical. I think that most people they don't want to spend, more than 4 minutes hanging on or holding on a line. They want to speak with a live agent immediately. So it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like Ansafone has all that covered.
We do. And we get things over to our clients very quickly so that they can get to it as soon as they are able to.
How will signing up with Ansafone contact centers help businesses exactly?
You know that you've got all your leads. And it's not like The complaint I hear is robocalls a lot, which means that you may just naturally not want to answer your phone as much, even though you need to, especially if
Right.
you're actively with someone. Um, so a complaint with the robocalls, or even just actual humans calling and not leaving a voicemail, there's a lot of leads or a lot of patients that you may not have responded to just because you didn't get their information. We fix that by getting their information for you and filtering out if it's just spam. So we
Mhm.
fix all of that and save your time while making sure you have all the information for the leads and patients that you have.
What do you find is the most challenging task in sales?
Unknowns. A lot of people have, like, there are people who have had answering services before, but there's a lot that don't. And they are unsure of the numbers or exactly what they need. Um,
Mhm.
so trying to work with an unknown number of projected calls is a little bit hard to come up with a quote. And I just hope that people are patient with
Mhm.
those quotes, considering I'm working with an I don't know for those things.
Yeah, I hear that you do a lot of customization of the programs there. Is
We definitely do.
personalizing, right? So
Mhm.
can you speak a little more about that?
We can design a package around the number of minutes someone needs, the number of calls, how long
Mhm.
they think the calls are going to actually be. We can also make it, if someone say gets in a month or two, they're like, I actually had a ton more calls than what I originally projected. We can right size you to a package that works for you, or even if it's down lower, because I actually didn't have as many calls as I thought I would. They were just
Right,
spam calls.
right, right. It's not like fitting everyone in this template anymore?
No, definitely not.
Wonderful. Rebecca, what do you see as a number one service or component in client services that clients consistently ask for?
Um, Timeliness or accuracy, those are kind of both go hand in hand. People want things done in a timely manner, and they want the
Mhm.
information that they're being provided accurate.
Right, right. Well, there's limited time, right? So it makes total sense that they come to you as a contact center partner and they're looking to you to accommodate all the high volume calls, and it makes total sense. Why would someone want to work with you
Definitely.
as their account manager?
Going back to listening, I listen. I really want people to be satisfied with what they are getting.
Mhm,
I value accuracy as well. So the information I provide, I want to be as accurate as possible, and I want expectations to be met.
mhm.
Um, so I do my best to provide the perfect solution for my clients so they know that they're being taken care of.
Right. It's not just like a business transaction. I find that. So I think sometimes in sales, people think it's just this transaction that happens, but there's this entire relationship building that's going on as an account manager, right?
Definitely, I want my clients to succeed.
Right, right. What is the leading asset of Ansafone?
Our people, the
How
community that we've
so?
built. It's a very supportive company. It's a very supportive community that they've been building. Um, and that shows because if you have a company that supports its employees and supports, like, employees support each other, that shows also in the care that they take with their clients and the customers that they interact with.
Right. What would you say are the top three consistent problems in the industry for call centers? Just from your years of experience, what do you see are some consistent problems that Ansafone can pretty much come in and take care of,
The first one is answering times calls in a timely manner.
right?
Answer is very intent on keeping hold times to nothing, pretty much. Um,
Mhm.
Even though volume fluctuates, like, our goal is to answer it very quickly. The next one, um, COVID.
Yeah.
COVID has kind of changed the world lately. And Ansafone, I think, has been very proactive in how they've handled that. They've accommodated their workers in ways, and very quickly. They responded very quickly to the pandemic, and continue, it sounds like, to accommodate their workers when it comes to that.
Mhm.
The last problem, training,
Okay.
adequate training. And I think Ansafone does a wonderful job at training their employees. I've been able to see some of the training that our call center reps go through, and it goes in depth. And we want to make sure that the reps that go onto the phone know exactly what they're doing, the systems that they're working with, and we also are we get them on the phone when it comes to some of the more basic ones first. And then as they have experience, then we add additional training so that they can handle some of the more complex calls as well. So that's definitely there.
Do you have any specific message you'd like to share with the world?
I want people to succeed. I want people to be able to accomplish their goals. And when it comes to Answer specifically, that means I want my clients to be able to be happy with the product that they're receiving or the service they're receiving and be happy, have it help them accomplish their business goals and move forward with things.
That's wonderful. You sound like a great advocate and supporter for sure. I think
Thank
clients will
you.
love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Rebecca. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate you sharing your experiences and your knowledge with Ansafone, and we will see you again next time. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you as well.